Welcome back to Socks and Sandals and to another video games pickup. I'll admit I kind of lied. Last thing, my Xbox 360 had slowed down. I did not realize that I'd still been getting so many 360 games this year because we've got another decent sized stack of them this time. We actually got like a bunch of like random weird shit too. We'll start off probably surprisingly not really any PS4 games except for this one. Um, this is we'll get this one out of the way. This is the gold edition of Tomb Raider Temple of Osiris. So after getting, I've been wanting to get all of the Tomb Raider games for a while now, but since they actually announced that the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remasters were getting a physical edition, I went ahead and started getting all of them that I could. And I believe this is the only way you can get the Temple of Osiris physically. I might be talking out my ass, but I don't think that the US got a physical release of Temple of Osiris. I think it was just, as you can see, this is Peggy, so it's PAL territory. This is actually still sealed. I paid, I think, like $60 for this, maybe 40 to 60. I can't remember. I bought it off of eBay. It comes with, I'll read it and then I'll show you on the back, a limited edition of Mini Laura statue, a map of the overworld, an art book featuring never before seen concept art, and then Season Pass DLC, which I'm not going to be able to use because it's PAL. So, I don't know if I'm going to keep this sealed. I would like to play all of the Tomb Raider games. This came out on 360 and I think it's backwards compatible on the Series X. So there's a game on the Switch I'll have to get because the Switch release comes with Temple of Osiris and Golden something or other. It's another one of these Lara Croft like top-down games. Once I get the remastered, and then there's a game on the Game Boy Advance that I need to get. I'll need to get that Switch one, and then I'll have all of the Tomb Raider games. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to open this one to play it or just play the Xbox 360 version. I'll decide on that once I actually get all of the Tomb Raider games in my collection. But I guess we'll continue on with the Tomb Raider. So I also bought Tomb Raider Curse of the Sword, which is for the Game Boy Advance. This is obviously not the box it came in, because that would have been Nintendo cardboard. Yeah, I think the Game Boy player, right, for the GameCube, you can play Game Boy Color games. I know you can get a Game Boy Advance SP, but when I start playing the Tomb Raider games, I would like to start doing videos on them. I'll have to do research, but I think the Game Boy player for the color you can play, or for the GameCube, you can play Game Boy Color games on, but those are like $200 to $300, a North American version. Hell, I spent that for the Rockman thing, but I'm just not going to buy it right now. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on another piece of hardware in this exact moment. I need to get another bonus for something like that. But I also got Tomb Raider Last Revelation, thankfully PS1 game, so I can easily pop that into my PS3 and play it. I haven't played any of the old Tomb Raider games. The only ones I've played are Tomb Raider Legend. I've played a little bit of Tomb Raider Underworld. And then, of course, all three of the modern Tomb Raiders. So I'd like to start off once the physical release of the remasters comes out. I ordered that through Limited Run, so I think it says like October. It's either September and October or October and November is when that's scheduled to be released. So we'll see then, but I'd kind of like to try and get all the achievements in it, but I haven't played it yet, so I don't know how difficult that's going to be. Next up, we have Gran Turismo 6 for the PS3. I went to Game XChange in, I want to say Grand Prairie or Fort Worth. It's in that area. It was a Game XChange I'd never been to, and there were a bunch of games there that I'd been looking for, and let me go ahead and grab that real quick, too. We'll talk about it. Once we get to the 360, we'll talk about that. But yeah, it was a Game XChange I'd never been to, and they had a bunch of games that I was, like, actively looking for. So I bought Gran Turismo 6 here. This is actually the anniversary edition, which I didn't notice until I got it on the shelf. But they had it priced as Gran Turismo 5, so I think Gran Turismo 6 was, like, going for, like, 20, especially this anniversary edition, I guess. I don't know. But Gran Turismo 5 is like a $10 game. You know, they had it priced wrong, and I was asking Nathan if I should have mentioned it to him, because once we get to the 360, there's a game they had priced, I think, from 2021, and it was significantly higher than what it was currently selling for. And I was wondering if I was scummy for not notifying them that this was priced wrong when I asked for a price check on something else. And he said no. They made the mistake, and technically they made the mistake on that too. They should have been upkeeping their prices anyways for current market. And then this one I talked about in my expensive games in my collection video. This is Goosebumps Horrorland. This one is an expensive game. It was just, I took a game from each of my collections, and I only have 2 for the Wii, Goosebumps Horrorland and Driver Parallel Lines, and in that collection, this is the most expensive. I think it's like $10. Apparently the PS2 version is actually pricier. I think like 20 something, maybe. I only bought it because it's Goosebumps. I'm a big Goosebumps fan. I don't ever intend to play this. I just have it because it's Goosebumps. There is that. So I got some pretty cool original Xbox games this page. And when I show the cover of this, you're going to immediately know why I got it. So I got Red Ninja, which is one of the more pricier games on the original Xbox for obvious reasons. People like me are going to spend money on this. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played hardly any of my original Xbox collection, but yeah, I saw that cover and was like, yeah, I need to get me a copy of that. My copy doesn't have the train dropping the cars out there. My copy doesn't have the manual, so I think I paid like $30 for it. And then next up, so this is Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. I should probably get some better light. A lot of these darker covers you can't really see, but yeah, Resurrection of Evil. It comes with Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, and then master levels for Doom 2. So I know there's Doom 3 on the Xbox 360. I don't know if that version comes with all of the extra stuff, so I'm saying that this is the definitive version to play, unless it does. I don't know. I'm tempted to buy a copy of Doom 3 for the 360 to see. I hear they also added the flashlight mod, so an issue with this is that you can't have your weapon out and the flashlight at the same time, at least original Doom. I don't know if they fixed it in this version. If not, then the 360 version would be the definitive way to play it. But I also don't know if the 360 version includes the extra Doom stuff. But if you're going to get Doom 3 for the original Xbox, this would be the one to get. Although the steelbook looks cool, but that comes with all of the extra stuff. And then when I bought that bag of games from when Nathan and I went yard sailing, Finding Nemo was in it. This is a reprinted cover. Nathan reprinted it for me, but it's not worth anything, and I have all of the Disney Pixar games for Xbox 360. We'll get to those as this goes on, but we'll actually get a few of them in this video. I thought, why not? I'll keep it. I don't know how Finding Nemo has a video game. It's not really a video game necessary story, but, you know, at this time they were making movie tie-in games like dime a dozen. And then also in that bag was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Again, another subset on the 360 that I have all the games for, so I thought, why not? Again, another reprinted artwork as well. Alright, so Next, we have the Xbox One / Series X, and I was out of town for work. There'll be a few. I was in Kansas City, and I went to GameStop and got Dark Souls Remastered. So now I have all 3 of the Dark Souls games. Again, it's in the backlog. It'll get played one of these days, so might as well have the remastered version. And then at the Red Barn, Nathan actually bought this for me. This is Trackmania Turbo. I believe he also bought Goosebumps for me as well. But yeah, Trackmania Turbo. I hear this is one of the like most difficult full completions on PlayStation and Xbox, but it's like a puzzle driving game. Not like a traditional puzzle, but you have to like master a track in order to get like the best time or whatever. So you've got to take corners a certain speed or jump a certain distance. You've got to really learn the game to get just the best at it. But it's a racing game. It looks cool, very reminiscent of Trials. So I thought I'd get it and give it a shot. And then these next 3 games I bought at Walmart while they were doing that, like, they were like fire sailing their Xbox games. Most of them for like $5. So I got The Quarry, and these are all still sealed because I haven't played them yet. I would like to play each of these. So The Quarry, this is a super massive game. People who've made Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology. I really want to play this. I would have liked to play it with Sadie, but we don't really hang out that much anymore. So I may end up playing this with Nathan. But yeah, The Quarry. And then I had this already. This is World War Z, but this is the Aftermath, which I guess Aftermath is a DLC. And for $5, and it comes with the DLC on disc, I was like, I only paid $4 for my World War Z, so I'll go ahead and just pick this one up. It's in the backlog. Hopefully I can play it before servers get shut down and it's unplayable. And then next up is Goat Simulator 3, which they didn't make a second one. They skipped right to 3. I liked Goat Simulator when it came out on the Xbox 360 a long time ago. It was like one of those like early like YouTube videos. Is like people were playing this, Skate 3, Happy Wheels, and then of course Minecraft. So it was like perfect YouTube content back in the day. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. And then finally I got, well, not finally, I've still got 2 Xbox One games, but I finally completed the Forza Motorsport set. Got Forza Motorsport 7. For whatever reason, this one held its value for a while, even after the new Forza Motorsport came out, but when I decided to buy it at $30, it dropped. So I think it's only like $17 now. And then lastly, for Xbox One, I got Victor Vran Overkill Edition. I found out about Victor Vran from Metal Jesus Rocks. The only reason I wanted this is because it has DLC, like Motorhead DLC, which I think is really cool. It's like a top-down, like dual stick shooter. I'll give it a shot, but I really wanted to play that Motorhead thing. I got this at Movie Trading Company. And lastly, we've got the 360 stack. So another game I bought at the Game XChange in Grand Prairie or Fort Worth, wherever it was. So I had the Borderlands Game of the Year edition. I didn't know they had a Game of the Year edition for Borderlands 2 until recently. So I've been looking for it, and I just could never find it anywhere on the 360. I'd always find the PS3 version, and I found this at the Grand Prairie Game XChange, but they had it marked at like $29.99, which was $10 more than what it normally sells for. I think I might still have the receipt. The receipt's going to be in one of these games I bought. But that price tag was from 2021, so I went up and asked them to get a price check, and they gave me the current price. And at that same Game XChange, so this is the second copy of Lost Planet that I have, but it's the special edition. It's a steelbook. When I found it there, Nathan was like, if you don't buy that, I'm going to buy it for you. I believe it was $4.99 for this steelbook. I also used the code for this in my pouring one out for the Xbox 360 video. Came with like a map or something. I think it's like a multiplayer map, but it comes with a bonus disc. Not sure if it's a soundtrack or like backgrounds or whatever. And then it comes with a art book, nifty little. It's got like some sort of texture on it, art book, and this cool steelbook case with a slipcover. So pretty decent collector's edition for $4.99. So can't really beat that with a stick. And then I actually bought this at Cards, Collectibles, and Games. This is Cars 2. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of Pixar games because wanting to get all of them. When you're seeing this, we're a few videos into the Disney Pixar's Games Challenge, which was why I was trying. It's not the only reason I was trying to get all of them. When I was a kid, I wanted to get all the 360 Pixar games anyways. But when you're seeing this, we actually just completed the Pixar Cars 2 game. So I have all of the achievements in this now. It was fine. They definitely improved on the driving feeling from the first Cars. The movie is also okay. Like I said, in that recent Pixar movies have kind of made me look back at the Pixar movies I didn't very much care for, Brave and Ratatouille, and kind of like, yeah, they're not as bad as current Pixar. So Cars 2 was an okay movie. And then Lost Planet 3 I got at Founded Electronics. I went back there. Just got a few games. Lost Planet 3 was one of them. So now the next game is Lost Planet 2. I needed that one last, but I got Lost Planet 2 in Kansas City. So now I have all of the Lost Planet games. Haven't played one of them. I played a little bit of Lost Planet 1, but not a lot. Another game I got in Kansas City, I got this at Entertain Mart. This is Beowulf, the video game. Again, movie tie-in games for 360 are usually easy full completions, barring the game isn't too janky, and it was only like $4, so I decided to grab it. And then this one, so admittedly, FOMO got me a little bit. It is a racing game, but with how like Crash Time increased in value, being a game that nobody knew about, I was like, I'm gonna buy Indianapolis 500 Evolution. It's also like, so it's from 1961 to 1971, so it's like a period piece racing game, I guess, when the Indy 500 first started. So that intrigued me, and then the fact that I'd never heard of it before, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get that before it's $50. I think I paid like $5 for it. I haven't played it yet, but racing games, you really can't judge by the way it looks on the back. You've got to drive it to understand if it's going to be a decent racing game or not. By the way, Crash Time is not. I'm saying that now because I bought Crash Time. I paid $48 for it. At the time of me buying it, I think the lowest was like 51 something. I do intend to sell it. I'm going to take it probably up to Game XChange, trade it in for some credit. It is not a good game. It is ass. I do not understand how people were asking hundreds. Like, I feel bad for people who paid hundreds of dollars for that game. I'm hoping I can at least get, I'm taking in 2 games. I'm hoping I can get 40 for both of them, just in trade credit. But like, I feel bad paying $48 for it because it's one of the worst things I've played, and that's saying something because I played a lot of bad games. Next up is Battlefield Bad Company 2. I got this in a lot of games that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I probably overpaid for the lot. I bought a big tub of Xbox 360 games for $400. A lot of them aren't even worth anything, so I got kind of shafted on that. But Battlefield Bad Company 2 was in it, and I liked the Bad Company games, so I'll keep it. And then this one I'm subscribed to the Video Games Monthly service. I actually got this on PS3 at one point, but I got the 360 version, so I sold the PS3 copy. It's Deus Ex Human Revolution, so I've got both Deus Ex games, Human Revolution and then Mankind Divided. Again, haven't played those. And then in that same monthly box or whatever, I got Dead Island Riptide, but the cool thing about this is it's got a CEX sticker on the top. And for those who don't know, CEX is a like game store in the UK. How the hell did a NTSC game first of all end up in a CEX and then end up back in the States in my hands through a like monthly video game subscription service. So I'm not even going to take those stickers off because that's kind of cool. I have played Dead Island Riptide. I liked it okay. I played both. Well, I played Dead Island and then Dead Island Riptide. I haven't played Dead Island 2 yet. I don't know if I ever will because I didn't like Dead Island enough to buy the new one. Yep. And then Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Like I said ages ago, I was getting all of the Guitar Hero games on the 360. After this one, we're only missing Smash Hits, which will be in another pickups video. Warriors of Rock is okay. Yeah, the set list is alright. This is like, they've got, I think on here, the entire, was it 2149 or whatever that Rush album is? It's like a section like towards the end of the game where you play the entire album. I'm not a big fan of Rush. Yeah, they do all of that, like where your characters transform into rock gods or something. It's fine. It is one of the more pricier Guitar Hero games right now. I think I paid 30 something for it. And then I didn't know this existed either. Hitman HD Trilogy. It comes with Hitman 2, Hitman Blood Money, and then Hitman Contracts. I liked the newest Hitman. I haven't played the other ones, but I played the first like revamp of Hitman. And I liked that one okay, but I figured I'd go back and try out the original. And then next up is Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, and I bought this for one game in particular, and it's Comics Zone. I like the art style of that, but I don't feel like buying a Sega Genesis to play it. I figured I'd play it on this collection here. It's also got Altered Beast, which I have played. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, so I don't really care about the Sonic games on here, but a lot of the other cool, like, old school Sega games, like Golden Axe and stuff, I'll give this a shot eventually. Hell, I may add it to the wheel, and each game is its own spot on the wheel. Though I don't really know how that'll work with the 360 wheel, because I've got to get 100 gamer score in each game, and I don't think the games are split up in that way, so we'll see when it comes to that. But this next one, this is another game that shot up in price on the 360. It's 99 Nights 2. It decided to shoot up after I got the first one, so me having to get the second one. I got lucky on this, and when I went to Game XChange, so I opened up, this is reprinted artwork. When I opened it up, I saw the manual. I was like, okay, it's got the manual. And then I took it up to the counter. I think they wanted $17.99 for it. I took it up to the counter, and he's like, hey, I can't find the game. And I was like, damn. Well, I was going to ask him, I was like, hey, so the manual's in that, can I just buy that? And then I figured I'd get the game some other time. The disc was in the case. I'd opened this and saw the manual and didn't even notice the disc was in it. I kind of looked out. I'm considering this complete, even though the artwork is reprinted. Not like it really fucking matters. But yeah, I think I got a pretty decent deal for $17.99 on that when it's like currently going for like 50 something. And lastly, oh nope, I've actually got two. So I got this at Movie Trading Company the same time I bought Victor Vran and Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. This is Hawks. I think I bought this before Hawks 2. Battery in the camera died and the battery compartment broke, so now I've got the bitch taped closed because... Anyway, so I got this at Movie Trading Company, and I think I bought it before Hawks 2. Somehow Hawks 2 ended up on the list before this one. I don't know. But yeah, I believe this may have been the last Tom Clancy game I needed, or it's going to be one of the Rainbow Six games. And finally, another game I got in the bag of games I bought at that yard sale. It's the Angry Birds trilogy. Like a lot of people, when Angry Birds came out, I was into Angry Birds on the, I think I just played it on the iPod. It wasn't even an iPhone, it was just on the iPod. I don't know how the Xbox versions play. It says you could play it with Kinect. I don't know if I'll be doing that. Angry Birds Trilogy. But that was the artwork for that is also reprinted. because that whole bag was just loose disc. But that was the pickups for that sheet. Leave a comment down below if you've played any of these. If you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. We are currently still doing the Disney Pixar challenge. So if you want to see me get all of the achievements in the Disney Pixar games for the Xbox 360, or you want to see me get a tattoo, consider subscribing so you can check that out. Other than that, leave a like and check back next time for whatever I do. Bye-bye.